Thank you guys for joining. Do you guys see that video we posted at the beginning here of the seining? It's an older video. It's pretty cool. I just thought I'd throw it back a little bit. So guys, we've been working really hard on getting inventory situated, getting fish up on the website that we have, but they're showing unavailable. It's a lot to keep track of, especially with the changes on the new website, but we've been working really hard at that. I'm going to turn you guys around. We're going to start looking at some peacocks, maybe some haps. But we definitely have a lot of... Hey Lynn, so here we have some albino dragon blood. Some of them aren't super red. Up here we got a couple nice smaller ones. If you guys see some tanks looking a little cloudy like this one here, we're just doing some water changes. So our water comes in cloudy, it clears up over time, but the water is clean. It's just there's a lot of sediment in it. But here we got some more albino dragon bloods. Down here we got some albino sunshine. These are the yellow bangas. These are albino. Some new fish that we just got up. These aren't new, but they're new to the website today. We just got them up on inventory. The green face undue point peacock. These are the Alanacara solosi. So these are the green face undues. They just got put in here, so they're all crowded up, looking a little stressed, but those will be going up on the website. We got the rice fish. Hey David, how's it going? See if I can get this focus for you there. So they got the Daisy's rice fish. These are the blue variant. We got the 6-stripe frontosa. Man, these tanks down at the bottom of the rack, they film so much better without all that glare. I can really see in this one here. Yeah, Jose, we can look at some Tanganyikans. And over here we have the 7-stripe frontosa. So these are the Kaigoma 7-stripe frontosa. I believe that's just a location type. So they'll have 7 stripes instead of the traditional 6-stripe over here. We'll go to the other side of this rack behind us, look at some more male peacocks, and then we'll head over to look at some Tanganyikans. Here we got some 4 to 5 inch Azurius. Here we got the German yellow blaze. Man, these guys that's a 2 to 3 inch fish right there. Look at that male. Very colored up, looking really nice. You guys see there's not the color difference in the males and the females, and how quickly you can see the difference in some of these fish. This isn't always the case, but these fish at this size, it's very obvious. We got some blue dragon bloods here. We'll try to fight the glare. These guys are looking really good. I see some requests, some red tiger severums. I'll see if I can get to that. That's really nice, Nick. How fast did it take them to get to that size? I'm just curious. So David's saying he's tempted to get another male Azurius. I'll show you, we have a smaller size of those Azurius too, David. We're about to walk by them. So, swing around the other side. Oh, before we go over there, I gotta show this guy. Nice little male there. He's definitely an Ali type. We brought these in as something else, and this is what we got. So one day he might be sold in a mixed pack, but as of right now, I mean, you can see none of these fish, they were all bought as the same thing, look the same, so we'll probably have to sell those as mixed. That's really good to hear, Ed. Of course, we always have the OB Alis. I have to show them. Looking good, always fired up. Just love the different colors in them. You got the orange, the reds, the blues, the white, a little bit some pink in there. Always looking good. Here we have the yellow blaze iceberg. We did have a slight complaint from one customer about not seeing too much of a difference between the yellow blaze iceberg and the German yellow blaze. There is a difference, but you're not really going to see it unless they're 100% like happy, healthy, and probably a dominant fish in your tank. If not, they're all kind of just going to look the same. But here you got the iceberg. You can see that trait, the iceberg trait, how it's got like that whitish yellow like patterning on the side of the fish there. And that's where the iceberg comes in, the name iceberg. We brought over some big male star sapphires. They're hiding, so you're not going to be able to see them. They don't have chips yet, so they're not chipped up. This strain takes a really long time to start chipping up, but I mean they will, and they're going to be really nice when they do. Up here we have more. These guys are more settled in. These are male star sapphires too, just a little bit smaller. These are 3 to 4 inches. Not seeing any chips on these guys yet either, but they're really nice fish. What else new did we bring up today? We brought up some more otter points. Looks like we got one male ruby red available. He might be sold, so don't take my word for it. He could have already been sold. He's just not shipped yet. But here's one little male ruby red. I got a nice surprise for some of you guys coming up here in a couple tanks. Here we got some Taiwan reefs. These are all males. Like you can see, only one's. Taiwan reefs take a little bit longer to show like their full color. These guys are 3 to 4 inches, so they are showing some of their mature adult colors, but not the full. You're not seeing the full on color yet. All right, so we got the Nairi here. All males here. These are all 3 to 4 inch. This doesn't pick up the red that good, but these guys are really red. I don't know why the camera isn't picking that up, but they're just like a really dark red. Got the SP44s. These guys are just always showing off. See the different colors that they're showing. All the same fish, they're showing different forms, different, when they're feeling different ways, they're showing different colors. So you see this guy's almost jet black. This guy's more yellow. All right, so here's the fun stuff here, guys. Got some dragon bloods here. These came from the pond earlier this week. They're fired up. Full color. These guys are 3 to 4, maybe some of them might be 4 to 5. These are the German strain. So these guys are looking really good. Now don't be surprised, guys, if any of you guys order these and they don't come in this full color. when they're stressed, they're not gonna show that full color. So unless they're a dominant fish and they're really happy, they're gonna slowly fade to a more orange color. So don't be disappointed if that's what you, because this is what we're sending. And just over time, if they're not dominant, not happy, they can slowly fade out. These are some Johnstoni, pretty small. They all look like males. Yeah, I think these are all males. They're just small. So there's some peacocks, some haps. I'm gonna see if I can find the. Let me back up here. The red tiger severums. We'll find them. We're gonna go look at some Tanganyikans first. So guys, what do you guys think of the new website? You've had some time to play with it. You've had some time to look around. Have you guys scrolled around? We did find a lot of issues. Some of them were brought to our attention by you guys, so we appreciate that. Some big things that happened, some of you guys may have seen, some of you may not have. All of our old listings, like our old sales for like BOGO items and flash sales, all of them went up and they went available, and they went available for free. So we had some Alright guys, hopefully it's back. I got kicked off the Wi-Fi. Or actually I wasn't on the Wi-Fi. I lost service in here and I had to connect to the Wi-Fi. So anyway, what I was saying was some people did try to take advantage of buying BOGO fish and free fish, but we had to contact them and say, hey, sorry, it's a glitch. But all the other problems, I really appreciate you guys reaching out and letting us know, because the quicker we find the issues, the quicker we can fix them. Oh, David, yeah, I'll go back to those Azurias. Sorry about that. I walked right past them. Here we got some sunset haps. These guys are looking good. So let me go show you the male Azurias, 3 to 4 inches. So they're back here on the first rack. And then we will go look at some Tanganyikans. So let me find them. Here they are. Copetochromis azurius. So these are all 3 to 4 inches. You can see the males looking pretty good. Here's more fish here. So they're looking pretty good. Nice dark blue with the black stripes and the white blaze on the top fin there. It's not the most flashy of fish, but they really stand out with that. It's a different color blue. It's really nice. Yeah, no problem, David. So we're gonna go look at Tanganyikans and see if we can find some red tiger severums. So let me see what you guys are saying about the website. So sorry about the lost connection. Dennis, we do have Nanochromis species. We breed them here, but we're currently out of stock. Happy Friday, Susan. Any 3 to 4 inch plecos in here? We don't have any in the warehouse, but I'll look around. So let's check it out. Hey Nishad, how's it going? It's good to hear from you. How's your severum doing? I know you got a severum about a week or two ago. All right, so here we have the redfin caudopunctatus. These guys are inch and a half. Down here we have Cyprochromis leptosoma. Down here we have gold ocellatus. That's really good to hear, Nishad. We've been saving that fish for you for a long time. Daniel, so yeah, we are always working on getting more photos to the website. I know a lot of the fish, some of them might not have photos because we don't have the fish. But if they're available, we definitely need to get photos up of them as soon as possible. Alright, here we have the Neolamprologus brevis from Katabi. These guys are cool. Look at all these fry were born in this tank. So this is a sale tank, and they spawned in here and they raised their fry up. So it's pretty cool. We got Helianthus here, or the Neolamprologus splendens. Got the daffodil, so you got the Neolamprologus pulcher, or the pulcher, however you want to say that. Susan, we might. Funny you asked that. Actually, we do. We got right here, albino Burchardi. So these ones we don't breed here. All those other ones I've shown you so far are bred here. Here we have the Lalupi. These are born and bred here. These guys are really looking good right now. They are really colored up. Nice bright yellow. Got the multifasciatus. We have the regular Burchardi, the Neolamprologus Burchardi. These are all spawned here. Alright, I see, let me see some of these questions. Daniel wants to see if he can look at the 401s again. There's no photo on the website, so I will try to show you those. David asked, what kind of cichlids would you recommend putting in a planted tank? I see what Bill says he does in his heavily planted tanks. I would steer away from Mabunas personally, but I see he's getting away with some yellow labs. I recommend dwarf cichlids. I like rams, apistos, the Laticara araguaea, and the Laticara curviceps. If it's a bigger tank, you can get away with electric blue, why can't I think of the name? I'll think of it and I'll say it again. But I think I got stuck on this tank here. Here we have the Gelitochromis transcriptus gombi. Oh, the electric blue acara, I was going to say, in a planted tank you could do. Yes, thank you, Stacy. Here we got the Gelitochromis regani midnight. So these are going to be nice and dark. So yeah, I recommend personally smaller species for planted tanks, David. Hello, McKee's Bees. We got compressiceps up here, so these are the Kagunga red. These guys are going to grow up to have like red fins. A lot of these compressiceps, we only buy them, so I haven't seen how the adults act too much. I know they all act pretty similar, and I haven't really seen them in person how they look as adults. So here we have, these are just the black Kelvis. You got the gold head compressiceps. Alright, so there's some of the Tanganyikans. I mean, we have a lot more. As you see, we got some up here. These are the more transcriptus gombi. These guys are just bigger. Here we got the Gelitochromis ornatus, Zambia. Here we have some more brevis. Jose, I don't know about Chilenachromis burchardi. We have Chilenachromis and Dobnoi. I'm not sure if I know what the Chilenachromis burchardi look like. These guys aren't really showing up. Here we have Gelitochromis, Regani, and Sambu. These guys are pretty nice. Pretty similar to the Mark Smith eye from what I've seen with that bright yellow color. And we got Tropheus. These are the Nsumbu Red. I think I talked about these last time. They kind of look like a firecracker as they get bigger. Somebody today emailed about what the Tropheus du Bois are looking like. Here's some like 1 to 2 inchers. We have some bigger ones in the vats that are starting to show their yellow stripes more prominently. All right, let's see if I can find any of the red tiger severums. Not sure I'm gonna find them. Sometimes it's hard. I know where all these fish are, and you guys put me on the spot, and it catches me off guard. Got the torpedo barbs or the roseline sharks. Jose on the Malarai, I'm not sure. If we had it, it would be on the website. So if it doesn't say, then we most likely don't know. Phil, I am currently looking for those red tigers. I'm in their part of the warehouse where they would be kept. Scroll through really quick. Here we go. Found them, Phil. So, here's what they're looking like right now. These guys look like they're 3 to 4 inches. I know we had 2 to 3 inch. We might have sold out on those, but here's the bigger ones we currently have. It looks like they put some diller fish in there for them. A couple live bears just to keep them from beating each other up. So they tend, from what I've seen, they tend to be a little more aggressive than all the rest of the severum types. So they like to fight with each other and fight with other fish. So Phil, that could mean that, let's see how many are in this tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That could be one of two things. 3 have already sold, so it's only showing 4 available, or we always put up less on our website than what we actually have, so we don't ever accidentally oversell, or if we have any issues with shipment, we have fish to reship the customer if we ever have to do that. So there's the 4 we have. Here's something nice too. I haven't seen these this big in a while available here. We got some bigger green terrors. So these guys, there's a couple 3 to 4 inches in here. Looks like overall the tank is like 2 to 3 inch, but there are some nice bigger ones in there. And these are just the regular green terror. They're not the white som. So these are the gold, the goldish orange color. Let's see if there's any more questions. Susan, it is hot, but you know what? I was looking at temperatures, and it's actually hotter in the Midwest than it is here in Florida today. I think today it's like in the low 90s for a high. I was looking up north in Illinois, and the highs are like 101, 102. So it's pretty hot everywhere right now. Buffalo heads, Jose. I'm not sure if there's any available, and if there are, they'll be in here. I'll find them for you, but I'm not sure if there are currently. Let me check. If we have them, they'll be on this rack over here. While we look at these nice rams. These guys are bigger than normal. Bunch of big males in here. Now, it's funny enough, I don't really see any females. It looks like they sent us only males. There might be a couple females in there. Just no, those are all males. But in the past, we used to breed the rams here, and just due to space, we don't breed them here anymore. But we have a very reliable source, and they're always healthy. But we used to breed these in such big numbers that it became a problem. They took up too much space. Susan, you asked a good question. I'll go over that. So I'm going to go over here, and we're going to start at the beginning, and I'll kind of walk you through it. So when you walk into our warehouse, the first thing, so there's our main entrance over there. You have the show tank switch. I haven't showed you guys in a while, so we're going to get to that. If not this week, next week. So when you guys walk in, this is what you see. For those of you who don't know, the 40-gallon racks, each rack has 66 tanks on each, so it's 33 tanks on the front and 33 tanks on the back. So there's 66 tanks per rack, and per aisle we have 2 racks. So you see we have A, we start at A down there, and it goes all the way up to J. So this first rack here is going to be male peacocks and haps. And then over here, this is where we'll do imports. And this is kind of a miscellaneous rack, but it's imports. Sometimes it has rainbows fish on it. Sometimes it has Central and South American fish on it. Then we have I rack here. It's going to have more peacock and haps. They could be male or female. Over here, currently, is a soft water rack, so we run RO. We keep the pH a little lower, keep the TDS around 100. So this is going to be a lot of your specialty fish that need softer water, like discus, apistos, and rams, things like that. Same case for this rack, H. H rack here is another soft water rack. So we're going to have, you see we got some like import wild caught cardinal tetras, more different types of rams down here, and just anything that requires softer water, more attention. So here we have a tetra rack. So this is just going to be our regular water. We keep all the tetras. A lot of these tetras are all Florida bred, so they're used to this type, used to our water. So we got tetras and barbs here. This rack's going to be Tanganyikans, and on this back side of the tetra rack we have all of our Ancistrius, so all of our bushy nose. I skipped a rack here. E rack is going to be live bears, so we have our platies, mollies, guppies, variatus, and on the opposite side is going to be all of our snails and shrimp and plants. So we have, like here we have assassin snails, which, guys, if you think you have a snail problem, you should get yourself some assassin snails. We got a lot of them, and they do a very efficient job of helping clear up any issues. Now, it takes some time, but slowly they will tear down any population of unwanted snails. So, snail rack, Central American rack with some South Americans in it also. So it's a Central South American. Everything's not exact. So like obviously we got the Central South American rack, but then we have Denison barbs on this rack. So everything's not exactly perfect, but generally we try to keep them all in a category that makes sense. D rack, it's going to be a lot more either smaller African peacocks and haps or larger peacocks and haps. So here you got the large tanks, the 75 gallons. So we tend to have bigger fish in these or a lot of smaller fish. And then we get to rack A. Here is a lot of rainbow fish and a lot of smaller Central or South American cichlids. So most of this rack is going to be rainbow fish. So we just got probably, I would say 40 of the 60 tanks filled with rainbow fish. And then on the last rack here is B rack. This is all going to be Mabunas. So basically we try our best to keep them organized in a way that makes sense, makes it easier to pick for us. And if we have customers come and visit with a tour, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, what type of fish do you keep? Okay, you're keeping tetras, so most of the fish you're going to want to keep are going to be in this rack. So it just makes it easier, makes more sense. So hopefully that cleared that up for you guys. I'm going to see what other questions came in while I was rambling on. Houston gets 114. That is really hot, Lupe. So yeah, I'm just trying to scroll through, see if you guys had any more questions. Oh, it's really good to hear, Jessica. So even if everything looks great, I recommend that you guys always take photos or a quick little video as your package arrives, because you never know what could happen. And those videos, those pictures, they really help us on our end, and ultimately will help you on your end figure out if anything went wrong, and if we have a DOA case, or even if they arrive alive and die the next day, like, we want to figure out why. So highly recommend, even if everything's looking good, take videos, take pictures, just document it. That way, if we ask you guys, you can send it to us. So we might have something in the books for you guys coming up here. There's been some talks of some potential sale. Not sure if it's going to happen yet, but very possible. So keep an eye out for that. Daniel's asking on the L333 Garupa, do you see a lot of variation on the pattern design? Yes. There is a very big, there's a big difference. There's a high variation in that line. It's a natural occurring line, and they just kind of, you know, naturally have those patterns and differences. So there is a pretty big difference. Before I go, I'm gonna see if I can find those 401s. So let me look around. They're on the soft water rack just because we want to monitor the water that they're in. So I'm gonna just slowly walk through here. Let's see. L401. Got the L46s down here. We got the zebra plecos. Got the L201s. He's hiding, so he just went and hid. I'm not seeing them. I could have walked right past them, guys. Give me one more. Let me do one more sweep here. Got the L52, the butterflies, L240s. Guys, if you're interested in a little bit of a bigger pleco, these guys are really cool. The L240s, these guys are 3.5, 4 inches. They're pretty cool. Definitely wouldn't put them with any like big cichlids or anything, but pretty cool fish. I think I saw somebody talking about some puffers. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to ask. Do you have any 401? L401? L401? Okay. Customer's asking to see them. I'm going to have the rack caretaker look for them for the L401s, guys. So, I think I saw a question about the gold gar. Let me scroll and read that. Susan, is Mike D's largest luteus still going, and that golden gar? So Susan, luteus, we still have a couple of those. They are really old now. They're over 10, probably closer to 15 years old. I forget exactly when he imported them, but they're really old. There's still a couple of those alive. The golden gar, he is no longer with us. I think we talked about it before. He had jumped out of his tank and sadly passed away, but we have his offspring, and we have been breeding his offspring back to each other, and we potentially see some golden fry. Now, it's not 100%. Not enough for us to all get overly excited, but we may have some fry.
I got them before location except for the chocolate Cheetos. They're right there.
Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, Daniel, here are the L401s. I'm gonna get in the tank and I'll show you. So we don't have a picture of these on the website yet. I'm not too sure why, but their pattern doesn't vary as much. And then you got a big bushy nose in there with them, but so these guys are really nice. Sorry we don't have a picture of them yet on the website. All right, Phil. I'll be on the lookout for an email from you. I see. All right, let's see what else we got here. I think I got one more request. Sorry, my hands are wet. It's going to be a little hard for me to get to it. Jose is asking about the tours. All right, so when you sign up for our tours, I'm going to talk into depth about this for a few minutes, and then I'm going to have to go. But for the tours, so when you sign up, we ask that you pay a $5 deposit. Just so you guys know, we do not actually keep that deposit. If you don't show up, we'll keep it. But that deposit goes towards any fish that you purchase. So at the end of your visit, that just comes off the total of your order. So the tours, we ask that you come with an idea of the fish you want, and we ask that you spend at least $50. Now, we also ask that you try to keep it to a 30-minute minimum. That does not mean at 30 minutes we're going to cut you off and be like, hey, all right, your 30 minutes are up. See you later. Thank you. It's more of just please keep in mind, we all are very busy here. We all wear multiple hats. We all have multiple different jobs. So we don't necessarily have the time to spend multiple hours with customers during a visit. So we just ask that you don't, pretty much waste our time. So it's not like, so don't come spend 2 hours and spend no money. That's basically all that we ask. So we just ask that, hey, please try to keep it short and sweet. But definitely don't feel like we're going to be rushing you, pushing you out the door the whole time. So just come in with an idea of what you want to see, what you want to purchase, and we'll just handle it. It's not going to be like, we're not going to be looking at our watches going, hey, you've been here 22 minutes, you got 8 minutes left, let's wrap this up. But just please keep in mind, like, hey, we are busy, we have other things to do. A lot of the people that are going to be helping you are the ones maintaining those tanks, so they have to have time to feed and clean their tanks as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Let me flip you around. So thank you guys for joining. We went a little longer today. Probably not going to be the usual, because like I said, we're all really busy here, but thank you for joining. Thank you for putting up with the website and the glitches and the changes and the emails sent out to some customers. So we really appreciate it. We appreciate you guys checking it out, letting us know of any issues. And if you haven't already seen, there is a promo code out there. It's NEWIMP. That's going to be 15% off your total order. You can only use it once, so just keep that in mind. So thank you guys, and we'll catch you next week.